We got one from the drop and one from the guy that actually, the first guy that actually. I'll be right back.
If they take a long time to get here, they're doing it.
What if it's been here? What if how you could pre-stack aces, you could pre-stack the buff? As long as you don't want to cover.
They're trying to do it.
Main blue flanking. Even like
good flank because they're on fire.
Good. Even weeks before the game just like created their drop and build. What's up,
Dude, I need assistance.
Yeah, they all just
getting fucking cheap.
Right side.
He's dead.
Good.
I got stuck in my all the guns except for the primary gun.
Fucking rats.
You should have saw what I just did to that guy.
Oh, I'm not.
The specialization supply drop is in friendly hands.
Come on, sir.
Can't switch, guys.
Dude, what is shooting me? Oh, it's him. I thought that was our team. My UI is broken. Thank you. Yeah, my UI.
Watch out.
Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Be Righteous from Identity, and I am back with my final build video for Title Update 6. Even though we all agree that this patch needs to be long gone, there was a special one for me, because TU6 is when I officially started my channel, so this one is a bit near and dear to my heart. For this video, it's a double feature, 2 builds in one. And I know what you guys are thinking, Righteous, why are you making another build video? Warlords of New York is only 2 weeks away. Well, let me tell you something, and I'm excited about this announcement. The reasons I'm making this build video is because 1, I gotta make a build for all specializations or I wouldn't be doing them justice. And 2, for the next patch, I'm going to recreate all of my builds based on the new system. They'll be put in a playlist called Legacy Builds, which I'll periodically let you all vote on which one I should make. I'm really stoked about this idea, man. Anyways, if it's your first time here and you're interested in builds from DPS all the way to skill, also Division 2 news and features, please drop a like and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Firewalls Destiny and Firewalls Guard, 2 builds that envelop this specialization like no other build can, and which will be even more deadly come Title Update 8. With hazard protection being nerfed, I feel sorry for whoever's on the receiving end of this. The tanky, aggressive playstyle of Firewalls Destiny gives you the perfect combination of skill and damage, while the overwhelming force of Firewalls Guard leaves your enemies with little to no chance for survival. I'm assuming that all or most of you are in the process of leveling up the Firewall Specialization, so these builds would be ideal for you to run while waiting for TU8. So let's get right into this build description. Alright, so for the first build description, I'm going to talk about Firewalls Destiny. Now, I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen right now, just in case you want to go and see the other build right away. But I advise you not to do that, because both of these builds are awesome, man, so you should check both of them out. Of course, for the specialization, we're going with the Firewall, if you didn't know. And if you noticed, all the specializations have some special perk that stands out, which makes it really different from the rest. Like the Sharpshooter has the stability, the Technician specialization has the 50% skill power, just for having it. Survivalist has the healing, and this one has 50% burn duration. And this stacks on top of a really good mod that I have. I'm gonna show you later on when I get to the skills. But 50% burn duration is nuts, man. I don't know if they're going to nerf this for next patch, but if they keep it this way, it's going to be a problem. For the weapons, I'm going with the Pyromaniac. Gives you an extra 40% weapon damage when targets are burning. No brainer, you got to use this weapon. And after every 2 kills, it applies burning to your next enemy. And I got it with Allegro for rate of fire. I don't think you should use any other talent. And for the holster talent, it would be good to have Greased, because you're going to be swapping in between your weapon and your chem launcher a lot. So Grease is perfect for this. I didn't get it on the Pyromaniac, but I was able to get it on this Firestarter double barrel shotgun. I don't really use it, but I just use it for the holster talent. And I haven't really used this at all. You know, I'm gonna have to test it out to see what it is. Plus, I don't have this weapon upgraded all the way. And then for the secondary, I'm gonna send off the named shotgun that you can get from doing the field research in the technician specialization. This one is for perfectly rooted. That gives you extra skill damage when you're in cover, 30% for 15 seconds. And when you exit cover, then it has a 60-second cooldown. But rooted is a really good talent. The build, all right. I made a build called Firecrest 2.0 like a month and a half ago. It was a great build. It had more survival because I had the Mender mine with it. It was with a survivalist. But this one is what Firewall was made for. I mean, perks that's on this tree just go so well with it. I mean, the chem launcher is so strong just by itself. To add 50% burn duration along with the mod that's with the chem launcher I'm going to show you is nuts, man. So for the mask, I'm running the Hollow Man, which is going to be completely gone. I mean, hazard protection is going to be nerfed. So with this being a named item, it's just going to be really good stats, because they said stats are going to be super god rolls because they're not going to have these perfect talents. Now, I don't know how the perfect talents are going to work on the chest piece and the backpack, but for the mask and everything else besides those pieces, we're going to have to see. But for this, I have 100% hazard protection. It already came with 25% and perfectly insulated. And I wrote skill power on here because you want to get 3,000 skill power. Any other specialization besides technician, you're going to have to work to get 3,000 skill power if you want it to work with everything else. Chest piece, I have a Healer Guard, 12% total armor, 19k armor, and 15% weapon damage. I've had this chest piece for a long time and I used it in multiple builds. I have Unstoppable Force, and this gives you a damage buff when you kill an enemy, and this damage buff is based on how much armor you have. I have 414,000 armor, so I'm getting a little over 20% damage every time I get a kill. I was thinking about putting Berserk on this. I don't know if you noticed, but when I did my farming run for you guys, I got this really good healer chest piece that had Berserk on it and had 2 armor rolls and a weapon damage roll. And I didn't even think about that till now, actually. So I think Berserk will be way better for this, especially since I'm running an AR. Because on my Firecrest 2.0 build, I ran an Urban MDR, and Berserk doesn't work on that. So Unstoppable Force will probably be way better with that. And of course, for the holster, I'm running a Fenris holster with 729 skill power, and this stat doesn't matter right here. And I have Devastating on it for more weapon damage. Fenris is for the AR damage. Let me try to get through this as quick as possible since it's a double feature. I don't want to do it too long. I want to get through it as fast as possible, but I want to be clear and concise as well. Backpack is important. Okay, this is an Alp Summit, and it came already with hardened and on the ropes. Now this is why I think that a lot of my builds are going to be viable for next patch, because as I look at it more and more, I noticed that I focus mainly on my chest piece and backpack. I mean, all the other pieces are just for support, really. This one came with 600 skill power, and I rolled this 20.5% total armor, and that's all you need, man. You don't need weapon damage for this build, especially. You're going to get a lot of your weapon damage from the status effect damage when they're on fire. BTSU gloves, best exotic gloves in the game, the only exotic gloves in the game. But the chem launcher is already strong in itself, but the BTSU gloves make the chem launcher overkill. If you want your skills to be really strong, then you want to use these gloves. I have 8 yellows, so that means I'm getting 80% more damage after they're activated. And the way you activate them is you have to cause a status effect, which you're always going to be doing with the chem launcher Firestarter. I stated in my Righteous Thoughts video that this talent, Charge Proxies, is going to be allocated to the new talent called Explosive Delivery. They literally copied and pasted this and put it on that description. So I don't know what the BTSU gloves are going to turn into, but I hope they do not destroy these gloves. These are one of my favorite gloves, and I really like how they went in depth and made these gloves unique. So we'll see what they do to these. And for the knee pads, I have Healer Guard knee pads with Empowered to help me reach that skill power. I rolled 13% total armor, and this is where I'm getting my final 20% hazard protection in order to get 100% hazard protection for the build. And I've said this before, when it comes to mods and hybrids and skill builds, It's very important that you get your skill power up to 3000 skill power without the help of any utility mod slots, because what you want to do is you want to stack whatever status effect you're using or whatever skill you're using. You want to stack extra damage on top of that. So what I have is 5% burn damage here, 4% burn damage, which gives me extra 9% burn damage. And I wasn't able to get it on the BTSU gloves because I didn't have enough skill power, so I just rolled what I needed to reach that skill power. For the skills, I'm using the cluster seeker mines. The damage is not more important than the skill haze. You want them to be almost 10 seconds so you can spam these, and they work perfectly with the chem launcher. With you always being able to cause a status effect, your seeker mines are always going to be 80% stronger because of the BTSU gloves. So once you set somebody on fire, you drop your seeker mines and they're going to be significantly stronger. Now, what I was telling you about the 50% burn duration, the mods that you want to have in your chem launcher is not burn damage. I said as many times before, it's burn strength. Burn strength is what increases the damage of the burn ticks and the duration. So the duration, along with the 50% duration from the specialization perk, makes the burn duration 11.6 seconds. That is insane for somebody to be on fire that long. Now, of course, it depends on how much hazard protection they have, but everybody's not going to have 100% hazard protection. Even if they have 50% hazard protection, they're going to be on fire for about 6 seconds. That's still a long time. And then for the other slot, you just want ammo, so you can have 8 charges. Here's a stat sheet for this before I go on to Firewalls Guard build. All right. On to the next one. Firewalls Guard. This build right here, man, is so strong, it's so overpowering. This build gives me Liberty Technician vibes. I mean, if any of you liked Liberty Technician and how overpowering it was, this is worse. Because I'm running the chem launcher with a shield. There was one point in the gameplay where some guy was running around in front of me, trying to wait, I guess, until I turned around or whatever. I don't know what he was doing. But he tried to hurry up and burst me down. As soon as he started shooting, I dropped that chem cloud on his feet and destroyed him. So you want to be on the front lines with this build. That's what I was doing for the most part. You're not really going to be using the Pyromaniac on this. The only 2 weapons that matter is the Merciless and the pistol, because you can only equip the pistol with the Bulwark shield. So the pistol I have is ignited, and I want to roll a leg roll on here. I just don't have one. So this is what I got. But what you mainly want is ignited, where you deal 30% damage to burning targets. They don't have any named version of this, so the Pyromaniac does 40, and after 3 kills, instead of 2, it applies burning to the next enemy. The 1911 is really good. Another good one is an M45A1. And the Merciless is good for the explosive damage that you get for the holster talent. When you're shooting your pistol, you get that explosive damage as well. The other build, Firewalls Destiny, was more so like a hybrid skill build type, but it still did a lot of weapon damage based on the fact that when they were on fire, you did an extra 40% damage. But this one does a lot of damage by itself because it doesn't have BTSU gloves. And this is the build. For the mask, I'm running an RNK. Preferably, I'd want to have that health on kill talent that gives you 30% health on kill. The Firewall Specialization gives you 30% health on kill. So I don't know if you remember my other build, Parasitic, where I was running a 3-piece Fenris, and I ran a 3-piece Fenris so I can get 50% health on kill. The 3-piece gave you 20%, then the 30% health on kill gave me 50%. This one gives you more if you run that talent. It doesn't really matter what the blue stat is here, but you do need it blue here because there are certain talents that you need to activate that I'm going to show you. And I rolled 516 skill power. And this is another one that you're going to need skill power on because you need your Bulwark shield to be at maximum strength. I mean, there was a couple times I was playing where I was tanking mortar shots and I was tanking seeker mines, and it's just an overpowering force, man. You need this to be 3000 skill power. If it's not, then the shield's not going to be strong enough. Chest piece, I have the same one as the Firewalls Destiny. 15% weapon damage, total armor, and unstoppable force. Now, unstoppable force for this build is ideal because Berserk does not work on pistols, so it's perfect for this build. And then for the holster, it's the named holster called Forge, and I use this same holster in the Liberty Technician build. The talent is Perfect Blacksmith. It gives you 60% of your armor when you get a kill, but this one has a cooldown. So when you get a kill and the stars align, you can get 60% health on kill, 60% armor on kill. And then I rolled 818 skill power on this. The reason why I have 2-piece RNK is for the pistol damage. Now, every other brand set weapon damage bonus gives you 10% weapon damage for that particular weapon. Araldi gives you 10%, Fenris gives you 10%. This is the only thing that I've noticed that gives you 20% pistol damage, which is probably why I do so much damage with it. The backpack is an Alp Summit as well. It's a little bit different because I don't have on the ropes, but I have perfect tech support, kills by active skills, and explosives grant 30% skill damage for 10 seconds. Now I've gotten plenty kills with my chem launcher. Right after that, you see that icon pop up, then it's even stronger. So perfect tech support is best in slot for this, I believe. And it has hard hitting on it. This is what it came with. Now I stated before I don't have the BTSU gloves, but I have firm handshake, the named Sokolov Concern gloves. It has perfectly wicked, and this gives you 20% weapon damage when you apply a status effect. And this is why this build is so strong, because it has 12% pistol damage, 15% weapon damage, and another 20% that you get when the target is on fire. On top of that, you're sitting behind a shield. And for the knee pads, I have the same knee pads as I did on Firewalls Destiny. And it's crazy because on the Liberty Technician and all my other shield builds, I never had anything over 275k armor. I got 350k armor. So when they knock my shield off, that's still a pretty good amount. And for the skills, Bulwark Shield, almost 1.6 million HP on the shield, and that's only because I was able to get 3000 skill power. That's why that's important. I have a 91% Bulwark health, 92% health, and a 94% active regeneration. So active regeneration, your shield regenerates while you're in combat, so you want that above any other one. I didn't put armor in these blue mod slots. I put skill health, so I have 13% skill health in each one of these, which gives me another 26% more skill health on my shield, which is why I have almost 1.6 million health. In Liberty Technician, I had 1.4 million, and that was before I had those mods. I'm running the same skill as I did with the other build, Fire Starter Chem Launcher. Only reason why that the burn duration is not 11.6 seconds like the other build is because I don't have the same mods in the gear, but I do have the same mods in the chem launcher slots. Not much different. Here are the stats for this build, just in case you wanted to see. So that is it for these two builds, Firewalls Guard, Firewalls Destiny. I'm gonna be honest, I had way more fun with Firewalls Guard. This will be my final build for this patch, and I'm just getting ready from this point on for the next patch, which is hopefully going to be amazing. And I have high hopes about it. I'm optimistic about it, and I hope you guys are too. So let me know down in the comments what you think about the next patch and what you're most excited about. So my next build video is going to be recorded in New York, and you know I got to find an epic location because I'm getting kind of tired of this base of operation, but it serves its purpose. Until next time, I'll see you guys in New York. Be right out.